Hello viewers, and welcome to today's quest. We have the Zogre Flesh Eaters. You can start this by talking to Grish, located west of Gultanoth and south of Castle Wars. Some requirements is big chompy bird hunting as well as jungle potion. Your quest thing is going to say that there are no skills or required items. That is not completely true. Unless you're going to be leeching off friends or the GE, you're going to want to have 30 fletching, 8 herblore, 30 range, 4 smithing, and 20 strength. Recommended to have 43 prayer for the protects from range and melee, and 20 crafting so you have a better chance for the portrait. You are going to need something for combat. The first thing that we fight, we can just use regular weapons. I'm just bringing stuff that I usually bring for my dailies. However, we are going to want an Ogre Composite Bow as well as some brutal arrows. I'm going to be bringing mithril. Brutal arrows are different from the regular ogre arrows as they are the Zogre's weaknesses and they can only be fired with an Ogre Composite Bow. We will be taught how to do this during the quest, so I am bringing the Achey Logs, wolf bones, and bowstrings, as well as I've already made mithril brutals. How you make the brutal arrows, it's the same as the regular arrows, but instead of tipping it with wolf bone, you tip it with nails of how strong you want them. So I use mithril nails. And the end thing that we have to fight is weak against an Ogre Composite Bow. However, if you do not use the brutal arrows against it, it will take longer to kill. Some more recommended things is access to the Yanille Lodestone, a ring of dueling with several charges because it's the closest method to get here. A couple prayer potions could help for one of the bosses, however he can be safe spotted, but he can still get you with range, just he won't be able to get you with melee. And if you are lower combat, you can bring some food and combat gear. Please remember to keep some inventory spaces free as you are given some food at the beginning of this by one of the NPCs. And if you want to pick off a Master Quest Cape requirement while you're here, get a Relicum's Bomb. It's made by adding a clean snakeweed to a Rogue's Purse Potion unfinished. That requires 8 herblore. Otherwise, you're going to be buying it off the GE for 50k. Trust me on that one. And it must be a 3 or a 4 dose. So when we're here, we want to speak with Grish. We're going to want to choose chat options 3, 4, and then accept quest. What are Zogres? Can I help in any way? Accept the quest. Okay, so he gave us 2 super restore 3s and 3 cooked chompies. So right next to the barricade to the east, we have an ogre guard. You're going to want to talk to him to get out. I guess that's one way to go it. Let's climb over the crushed barricade, and when we're through, we want to go all the way east and down the stairs. Now we want to go as far northwest as we possibly can. So search the skeleton. This will cause it to pop to life and you'll have to kill it. Search it again. So we have a backpack. We're going to want to open it. And now this thing that it's leaning against, the lectern, you want to search that and read the page we get. Okay, search the ogre coffins nearby until we find a black prism. force it with a knife. Now we're going to want to go to Yanille. Specifically, we're going to want to go to the Dragon Pub. So once you step off the Lodestone, go east into the town. It'll be the first building to the south. And we're going to want to use this tankard on the bartender. Okay, now we're going to head east and go to the Wizards Guild. If you cannot enter it, there is a bell outside that you can ring to bring the dude to you. That will be on the eastern side of the tower. However, if you can go in, go to the second floor and speak to Zavistic Rarv. Just make sure to go through his entire dialogue. Don't worry about any of the chat options at the end. Okay, so we're going to go downstairs, and the house directly north of the guild, we're going to want to go in and upstairs. Now we have poor Sithic. We want to speak with him, choosing chat option 3. Do you mind if I look around? You want to search the drawers, cupboard, and the wardrobe. So you want to read the 3 books that we found. Use the papyrus on Sithic. Okay, let's show it to him. If he says that he appreciates the honesty of the portrait is all good. If he doesn't like it, you can get more papyrus from the drawers again. Now we're going to go back to the bar, and we're going to show this to the bartender. Okay, now let's return to Zavistic at the Magic Guild, choosing chat option 3. I have some items that I'd like you to look at. Let's go back to Sithic. Now this strange potion, we're going to want to use that on the cup of tea on his dresser. To get it to take effect, you're going to want to climb down the ladder and then back up it. And we're going to want to speak with Sithic. We're going to want to go through all the possible options that we have. So chat options 1, 2, 3, and 4. How do I remove the effects of the spell from the area? How do I get rid of the undead ogres? How do I get rid of the disease? Woohoo, have to go. Yeah, I can leave you like that. We're going to want to return back to Grish, so let's go to Castle Wars, because I'm too lazy to run west. From Castle Wars, go south. When we speak to Grish, we're going to want to talk to him and choose chat option 1. I found who's responsible for the Zogres being here. Talk to him again, choosing chat option 2, and he will tell us how to make the composite bow as well as the brutal arrows. There must be an easier way to kill these ogres. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do is with wolf bones in our inventory, we're also going to want a bowstring and Achey Logs. We're going to want to cut those Achey Logs into the unstrung comp bow. Then we string it. And now we can equip everything. So we're going to want to go back into the tomb, so cross the barricade, go east and down. Go all the way west to some double doors. Go through both of them, and south there'll be a way to go downstairs, so you want to go downstairs. Now we're going to go northeast. And we will see a stand around the skulls. There is a way to snag him on the skulls, and then you only have to worry about protecting from his range attack instead of range and melee. This helps if you're a lower combat. So search the stand and you see the little skull patch that's separate away from the big skull patch. You want to stand between those. That is your safe spot. He can sometimes drain your prayer, but since I'm not using it, it won't matter. The only thing we're really going to need is the Ogre artifact, but you might as well pick up everything. Some of it gives decent prayer experience. Now we're going to want to return back to Grish, and when we speak with him, choose chat option 1. So hit east out. Now we're going to head west out. Over the barricade. And further west to Grish. Yes, I have them here. Congratulations, you have completed Zogre Flesh Eaters. You're awarded 1 quest point, 2000 XP in Fletching range and Herblore, 3 Org bones, 2 Zogre bones, assuming you pick them up. You have access to Jiggig, which is the tomb. You have the ability to equip an inoculation bracelet, ability to fletch composite ogre bow and brutal arrows, access to post-quest rewards from Zavistic Rarv or Yanis Salika, and Uglug Narg, as well as 2 treasure hunter keys if you are not an ironman. So in this area, one of the other ones is unlocking Uglugnar's shop, so that's why I have the Relicum's Balm. Okay, so you want to use the Relicum's Balm on him, and now we can trade, and he has not a whole lot in his shop. Now for the rewards from Zavistic Rarv or Yani Salika. Zavistic Rarv, if you don't have access to Shiloh Village yet, he's in the Mage Guild. He will give you 2,000 coins for the Black Prism. Yani, however, in Shiloh will give you 5,000 coins because he likes to collect useless stuff. And much like the regular Ogre bow, the Comp Ogre, you can check your Jubbly kills as well. That's all for this quest. Thank you for joining. I hope that it helped you. Feel free to show your support by giving this video either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you can leave a comment in the section below telling me how you enjoyed this guide or how I can improve them to make them better for you to use, or just to say hi. You can also show your support by tapping that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified for when I post new guides, as well as follow the links in the description below to my Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Streamlabs, and the very rare time that I stream on Twitch. Thank you for joining me, and until the next guide, ciao!